This is our newest C63.
A car that was stolen, stripped, had its VIN scrubbed, and had illicit drugs in it.
And this thing is so unbelievably cooked, I don't even know if we can rebuild it.
From a car that started as a bit of a joke.
Bought a meth car.
Actually turned into our next rebuild. However, it's not that simple. This is the story of how we bought a salvage car that we could never, ever rebuild.
Right, so you're saying this is going to now be a stat write-off, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're changing the what the status on it too.
It all began with arrival day.
Alright everyone, we have another new car. We don't stop them coming. This one is something a little familiar, but with a big twist. Can you see it behind me right now? What does it look like?
We're going back to our roots.
We're back to the Benzes. And this one's a coupe.
From the moment we saw this thing, we knew it would take a lot to restore it to its former AMG glory.
Holy.
One looks like a real mess, I ain't gonna lie to you. Probably the messiest one.
It's methed up.
It is, you could say it's methed up. That's right guys, this is a stolen and stripped car. And apparently it has some illegal substances in it.
And the crazy part is, this car was hiding a lot more than just being stripped.
Who got behind the wheel? What have we bought? I don't know if this is a good idea with what I'm seeing right now. I wouldn't be surprised if the motor was annihilated, to be honest.
With a methamphetamine infested interior that had never been cleaned, and half the car being stripped, we thought it couldn't get much worse. But what we were about to find out should have made this car completely unrepairable.
Positive for meth. BioClean required.
Instant meth test positive, conducted vehicle. There you go.
Yep,
That's
meth
what I'm
test
talking about
conducted,
before.
positive. So this thing has had meth in it.
By the looks of it, this thing has been sitting for the longest time ever. It's been through a couple sets of tires.
Every single tire just debeaded.
Before this happened, this was probably a well-treated car. You can tell through all the dirt and all the mess, it looks like it. And I can see through that window, we actually have a lot of parts in here.
Oh, we do. We have a few goodies to help us.
I don't know if I want to touch any of that without gloves.
And I was just saying before, this was like my dream car when I was a kid. On every video game, any car I could choose, I'd choose a coupe white C63s. And now we've got one, but probably not in the way that younger me would have expected.
This is where our suspicions of what's really going on with this car started to rise. There were some parts about this thing that we didn't realize.
Yeah, this compartment not assessed due to no access at time of inspection.
So no one's been in there. Maybe a body in there.
Doesn't smell like it, so.
Yeah, true. People have ripped into the wires in here. They've ripped all the GPS out, so it's clearly been stolen. They've just tried to remove any trace of this car.
And they had their fun in it first, of course. They thrashed the hell out of
every
this thing.
single tire.
Yeah,
Poor
and then
car.
they just decided, yep, let's strip it. Let's hope they didn't blow the motor, then decide to strip it.
Is that an ECU, Dad?
Yeah.
So there's one ECU there. One here. There's one there. There's two ECUs. This is Dodge. New discovery. Radiator is completely loose. It's unplugged. All the hoses on the rad are unplugged. This engine could be entirely stuffed.
Well, I reckon they've taken that off so that they can get a thing on the crank, maybe. Well, you know what? At least the thieves were decent enough to put the rad pack back in, right?
Yeah, they like placed it back in. At least they didn't crash the car.
They just took every panel off it.
Yeah.
This is when we found the very problem that means this car should never have been a repairable write-off.
They've ground that off, I think.
Have a look. See if the VIN is there.
Nope. Yeah, no, it's been tampered with. Look at
Yeah,
that.
that VIN's gone. Wow.
That's what they were doing. They were in the process of converting this to a clean, stolen car. And obviously it was found. Yeah, they probably still have all the seats and things, but this is the car that they were in the process of converting.
This is like a crime scene. We've bought a crime scene.
Now with the VIN, the car's personal identification number, being gone, that raises a lot of issues, mainly legal ones. If this car doesn't have a secondary VIN that is still intact, it can never be proven what car it actually is, and therefore can never be registered. This changes everything, as cars with a scrubbed VIN should be sold as statutory write-offs, a car that can never be registered again. This car was sold to us as a repairable write-off, but just wait, it gets worse.
As I can see the last numbers on this VIN at 611, which is that VIN there.
That VIN on the paper.
That VIN on the paper is this car's VIN.
Which is different to the other VIN sticker on the other side of the car.
This isn't the VIN because it doesn't match that one there, because they obviously didn't do a very good job of scribing the VIN off the chassis over there. You can also just tell that this sticker is like brand new. compared to the rest of it.
Diamond white metallic. And
What year car?
2017.
What year is this car?
2016.
Oh, this is a 2016.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So the thieves were attempting to clean this car up. Luckily, the recovery paper left in it revealed the truth. However, unfortunately, only a VIN stamped on the chassis is enough proof that this car truly is what it is.
It's gone too.
That VIN's gone.
Oh yeah.
Another VIN completely erased. This is looking really bad now. And the next thing we found made this car a real money pit. As if it wasn't already.
Radiator's already coming off.
Now, we can see if this engine is okay by attempting to turn it by hand. If it's not, we weren't told about this, and clearly someone knew, as all of this was unbolted from the get-go.
Alright, see if she turns over. That's the first important step, Chris.
Yeah, we've owned this car for about 30 minutes and we're already at the biggest part. Is the motor cooked? If the motor's cooked, I don't know if it was worth buying. I'm really scared.
I'm sure it's not. Come on.
3, 2, 1. Seized.
Really?
Yep.
No.
That won't budge.
You're kidding.
I'm not joking.
Oh my god.
That's a seized motor,
Oh
alright?
my god. We have to do a lot more than a body swap or putting missing parts on. We're gonna swap an engine now.
They ran this thing into the floor.
This poor car. What did it do to deserve this? Jesus.
Well, there you go. You have your answer for why the tyres look that way.
Oh yeah.
It's comedy gold, mate. It's comedy gold.
It really is.
Yeah.
So we bought a chassis effectively.
Yeah, literally.
So a stripped car, an interior riddled with traces of methamphetamine, scrubbed VINs, and now a blown motor. This has to be the worst C63 on the internet.
Alright guys, well we have it tucked away here in the corner now. We have it moved into position. And as you would have seen on our TikTok, for any of you watching from over there, we've discovered some things on this car that might make it genuinely impossible to rebuild. Like, against the law to rebuild. Number one, I don't have the breaker bar here because I put it back because I was so sad. The engine on it is either seized or blown up. It does not turn an inch forwards or backwards. This engine is completely cooked. And besides that, obviously it's half stripped. We have stripped cables here. We have no fuses in the fuse box. We have no scuttle panel. We have one downpipe that's right and one downpipe that's wrong. We have rads that were loose, which means someone from insurance has freaking done investigation here.
It's almost like someone has had this car before, they've taken the rads out, and then they've turned the engine, realised it's stuffed, and given it back to the auction or something like that. Because why would a thief who's stolen this thing bother to put the rads back in so nicely? And
besides all the fact that they put it in nicely and didn't damage it, nothing was plugged in, which means someone's placed it in there to cover up what happened. And it hasn't been written down. This car was written down on 3 points. Stripped interior, stripped front, and I think front is based on 2 sides. So it was driver
Yep.
front stripped, passenger front stripped, interior stripped. It doesn't get any better with this car. Now, we thought this thing had been cleaned because obviously some druggie has owned it at some point in its life. So,
stolen it, more like.
well, stolen it, and who knows what life it's had. As you can see, tire marks. That leads to the engine, right? It's been abused. No one's taking care of this thing, and at some point in time, this thing's been stripped. Besides all of that, as you would have noticed, there's bright stickers and writing.
Right,
here.
stickers, yep.
Now, we believe, obviously, this car was positive for meth, which means at some point in its life, there was meth inside the interior of this car. We believe a team of specialists were called out to have a look at this thing. Now, normally the way they do it in Australia is they do an initial test and assessment, it comes back positive or negative. Based on that, they come back the second time and they actually clean it. So about a month ago, this thing was supposed to be tested right before we got it. And we phoned the people here, they have a phone number on there. We phoned them and we found out that no one ever came back to retest it, which means, in theory,
It still has meth.
it still has meth, it's still positive for meth in this car, which poses a serious health risk to us. So that's the second thing that I guess the auction house and anyone registering it is not going to like. That's the second thing that might stop us from repairing this thing. And the third, and definitely the worst, I would say, is this way. Is it this way? No, it's this way. My bad. Now, I don't really want to touch this car personally because it's quite disgusting. But
Ugh.
besides all of the mess in this thing, let me show you the worst of it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a stolen car that someone has tried to make clean.
This is the worst part. as getting this car registered would be extremely difficult, and selling it would be even more difficult. Like we said before, there is a reason they make cars without VINs, unrepairable statutory write-offs.
Besides physical VINs that are stamped on the car, there's another problem with this thing. Every single module has basically been taken out of it, which means to be able to track the old VIN is almost impossible because you can't scan a single module that was originally in this car. So that poses another problem for us.
It also would just be an almost impossible car to sell. Who's gonna buy this, and for what money would they?
No one's gonna buy a stripped car that was stolen that had meth in it. That's simple as that.
It's one hell of a mess, guys. This is the messiest car we probably ever bought.
I think this was not a very smart buy. Well, we were relying on the fact that the motor was okay, and it clearly isn't.
What happens, guys? This is the truth of when you buy cars. But
I think one of our friends jinxed us. I got asked the other day, how have we never bought a lemon? Well, we bought a lemon.
This is where we turn to the auction house on why this thing was never cleaned, why the engine wasn't listed on the damages, and most importantly, how a car with no VINs left was listed as a repairable write-off. And let's just say, we got an answer.
Now, as Jake would have just told you, we have contacted the auction house because this thing is so ridiculously bad, the price we paid is not worth it. And although we want to keep our pride and repair this thing because we don't want to give up on it, it might not be the smartest decision to give up on this car. So, they have offered to give us all of our money back on this car and pay for transport back to their depot, which means we lose nothing on this car at all, and they'll put it back through for someone else to mess up on. Whether they'll write down the seized engine and stuff, I don't know. But we have a very tough decision to make. In an ideal world, we can get a water-damaged C63, a finance repo or something like that, for a decent price, and ideally swap everything from that car to this car. But even if we do all of that and we have a perfect C63 afterwards, we still have to get a surrogate VIN.
A surrogate VIN means a replacement VIN issued by the government to a vehicle which doesn't have one. It can only be granted if you can prove the car is what it is through another VIN stamped onto the car.
It leaves us in a bit of a tough spot. We're not really sure what to do. So, if you guys comment down below what you think we should do, we'd very much appreciate it. This is an extremely tough decision on us. We don't want to give up on a car, as we haven't on any of the cars that we do here. But this is the first car that is an extreme risk for us. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Do we revive this thing? Do we get a donor for it and go through the entire process of converting a car? Or do we cut our losses, take our money back, send it back and get something different? If you want us to get something different, leave your thoughts in the comments below and tell us what you would like us to replace this car with. Maybe we'll go back to BMWs, I don't know. Those aren't proving to be too good either. Those things, when we provide an update for them, jeez, man, they're something else.
Yeah,
but
you guys don't want to know what we've had to do with those two M4s.
But it seems we've also flipped the book on this thing too. This thing is not very good. So, do we keep it, buy a donor, repair the entire thing, document all of it, show you guys all of it, or do we get rid of it? Let us know in the comments below.
However, the next day, we got a call that changed everything. We no longer had a choice.
I don't think there's a compensation to keep the vehicle that we could arrange. We may have to just go down the refund you everything.
Right. So you're saying this is going to now be a stat write-off. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're changing the WOBA status on it too.
They are changing this car to a statutory write-off, meaning it can never be put back on the road again.
So is that because it's in such bad condition? Is that what they're concerned about, or is it the VIN, or what's their reason for that?
Between you and me, I don't actually know. From what I can gather on the case, the strongest, most likely outcome, or the reason for it, is the malicious, what do they call it, malicious damage. So anytime a vehicle's stolen and that's missing for more than 7 days, 99% of insurance companies write the vehicle off as just a full stat write-off,
right?
Because they cannot confirm what's happened to the vehicle while it was gone.
Right.
So it might be 7 days or 14 days, but the idea is, imagine they wear the brakes out so much that it passes inspection, but then the brakes fail and the driver dies. The insurance companies just do not entertain it. They write them off.
They don't want that risk associated with it.
We really didn't expect that outcome.
The car goes and that's the end of it.
So this may just be the shortest rebuild of all time on all of YouTube. As you would have just seen in that phone call, this car will no longer be a repairable write-off, meaning it is not allowed to be repaired in this country. It is a stat write-off.
It's for parts and dismantling only now.
Parts and dismantling only, so they'll put it back through again, but not as a car to be repaired. That has obviously completely changed everything for us. That's not what we're about. We're not a parting out business. We are a rebuilding YouTube channel. We will no longer be having this car on the channel. It is going back to the auction. They're paying for everything. They're picking it back up. Very unfortunate. If I'm honest, we were leaning towards keeping it,
So we are quite sad about this news, but what can you do? Maybe it's a sign that it wasn't gonna work out and that we need something else. What can you do, right? So on that note, thank you very much for watching the shortest rebuild on all of YouTube. I'm sorry if this has disappointed you, but it is the reality of the whole situation. We still have a lot more going on though. Range Rover, G-Wagon, Camaro. There's, like I said a second ago, 2 M4s that are about to be finished. That there's going to be a whole story about what the hell happened with those things.
Those are by far the worst.
Some of the worst besides this. And there will be another car on the channel very, very soon. So there's always something new happening around here. So make sure you like, sub, notifications, comment. We love all your comments. And yeah, man, just thank you for watching. Have a good one.